MMAfighting.com, and I am at the Bellator Dublin press conference with Peter Queally. Peter, how are you getting on, first of all? How is the injury rehab? I know you were obviously meant to fight in Bellator London. How's it going for you?
Really good. Tough few months, really tough few months, and even months previous to that I wasn't right, just toughing it out. But in the last week I finally seen it was like wasn't getting better at all, and now in the last week, as injuries do, all of a sudden they seem better. So I started training flat out, like full time, kind of last week again. I was still training a little bit, doing what I could, but I started really training hard last week, and feeling really good this time.
You must be happy with an opponent like Ryan. This is a fight I thought made sense. As soon as all you guys were signed, like you're top of the food chain in terms of the lightweights in Europe. You must be very happy with an opponent like that.
Yeah, really happy. I think he won his last fight against Pitbull, which is obviously I know I've had my differences with him, but he's a really good fighter, Pitbull. That can't be said. I think Ryan beat him. I think he lost the first round, nicked the second round, and then finished the fight very strong and won the fight. So I think if he'd have won that, he would have been in title contention straight away, and rightly so. So there's a lot to be gained for me to beat Ryan now, because I think most people believe he won that fight. So a win over him is huge. I won my last fight, let's be honest. Everyone's saying that as well. So there's a lot to be gained for Ryan in beating me as well, especially here in Dublin in front of this crowd. It'll be a really big occasion for whoever wins. So it's a lot at stake and a really fun, stylistic matchup, I think, as well.
I think it's really interesting for you guys having Benson, Henderson, Miles Jury on this card as well, because those are the guys, let's be honest, when you got signed, you wanted to get straight in there with the Americans. Having those guys on the card, I feel like you guys will be fresh in the fans' memory. Whoever wins that fight, they're going to be saying, well, maybe one of these guys against an American, you know?
Of course, like that's it. That's what I think is going to happen. The winner of me and Ryan is going to get the winner of that one. That makes sense. We'll be 2 or 3 fights apart of each other on the card. As you said, the fans will just have seen it straight away. It just makes sense for the same weight class, same level. So I think that's the reward for the winner, is to fight Benson or Miles. So, you know, lot at stake for this one, lot at stake.
When I think about it, I mean, the ovation you got there, and I know Ryan said this, like, but nothing can possibly prepare a guy for that zombie entrance last time. I mean, it was insane. All of us were just like, what is going on here? I mean, Ryan must be, do you think that's going to be a daunting experience for him?
Yeah, I don't believe he's lying and saying it doesn't bother him. It's not going to bother him. But wait until he's in there, and it will. Yeah, he just hasn't experienced it yet, and it's not a bad thing or whatever. But it's just it's a hell of an experience, and you can experience it being ringside. It's a whole different experience being in the ring when this is happening, and I can only imagine what it's like when it's not for you. It's against you. So it is a daunting experience, but I'm sure he'll manage it. Listen, he's a pro and he's around a long time and he's a lot of experience, a lot of big fights. But I'm just looking forward to it. I'd say he's looking forward to it, to be honest, as well. I had a similar situation. I fought this guy, Kuat Kamitov. He's like...
You had some mental experiences away.
I fought this guy in Kazakhstan. I was in this 15,000-seater arena, and this guy is like... He's like a pop star in Kazakhstan. Like, he's so famous. And I knew this would be the case because I'd seen his fights. And I was just, but I was looking forward to it. I was like, I knew I wouldn't be getting any cheers, but I was actually looking forward to just being in the ring, watching him walk in and kind of absorbing it all. And it was a great experience, but it's a daunting experience. So I know what this feels like. So maybe he doesn't think now, but it will. Wait for 9 weeks and he's in there.
Finally, I just wanted to ask you, like, there was so much animosity with the Miles Price situation ahead of your guys' fight. Does it kind of free up your mind when you and Ryan obviously have a lot of respect for each other? Doesn't seem to be much animosity there. Does that allow you to kind of focus on the task at hand more so?
Yeah, it's a nice change of pace, to be honest. It's like, yeah, it was intense. Now, it was fine as well. It was intense because it had to be intense, because that was just, it wasn't us making it intense, it was just intense. So when it's natural like that, it's fine. Whereas this one, it's the complete opposite. There's just nothing there. I don't know him really at all. I just know he's a fighter and a very good fighter. That's my only experience with Ryan. That's his only experience with me. He's just watching me on TV and seeing me fight and seeing my career. So there can't really be anything but respect, because we've both carved out really good careers against really tough guys. We both had great moments and stuff. So it's hard to not respect someone like this. So there's no point in trying to manufacture some sort of beef.
Go on.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, I knew you'd say that. But no, but you know yourself, there's not, because it just looks fake and it's weird. And even today, I was coming to meet him today. We threw these photos outside, and I'd never met him before. I came up to meet him and I was like, what's going to happen here? Maybe he will want a bit of beef or whatever. So I was kind of ready for that. But no, he didn't. And I don't want to. I mean, there's just nothing there. Straight away when you meet him, it's like, okay, we're just going to fight now. But we're lucky that the actual spectacle of this fight, I believe, is the attraction. It's going to be a really good fight, I think, rather than the drama behind it. People are going to just look forward to an absolute bloodbath on the night. I think it's going to be a really fun, really back and forth, really fun striking match.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.